All right. Well, good afternoon. It is after 5 o'clock. We have a meeting scheduled for 5. We have talked to several of the people who've called in, and we do have a quorum, I believe. I believe we have Stuart, Steve, and is Bill on board?
Bill just joined us.
All right. And I don't know about Mike. Mike on board?
I texted Mike, and we do not have Mike on the call.
All right. Well, we have 4 of the 5 members in any instance, so that's a quorum.
I'm here, Bill Warzika.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Bill.
Hi, nice to see you all.
Hi, Bill.
Now, the first item on every agenda is the public comment period. I don't know that we have any. We haven't typically on these WebEx meetings, but if there's any member of the public who is logged in and wishes to speak about any subject regarding any of the 4 utilities, we would be happy to hear from them. So I'll pause and give them an opportunity to do so.
Bob, at this time, we only have staff and board members on the call.
All right, well, we've provided an opportunity. We don't have any people logged in, so we will assume that there are no people interested in participating in the public comment period. So we can move on to item 3, which is Executive Order 9R review. And Chris, I think that's you.
All right, Bob. So just a brief overview. Governor Lamont issued an Executive Order 9R on Wednesday, December 16th, requiring the municipalities provide an interest deferment program or a low interest program for payments to the city between January 1, 2021 and March 31st, 2021. This is the same agreement that the board entered into in our April 28th meeting, and at that time we chose to reduce our late payment penalty from 18% to 3% annually. The council has the authority to vote for the whole, to decide for the city, and the city council voted on Monday night to go with the low interest option. This is, once again, it's what we've done in the past. The executive order only addresses late fees for electric, water, and sewer utilities, and in order to have consistent penalties across all 4 services, we're recommending that the board pass a resolution to have the covering of natural gas included for the same time period, and to basically mimic what the city council did on Monday night. Does anyone have any questions on the low interest option?
Chris, I don't know that you're aware of this or not, but why would the governor have not included gas? I mean, people use gas all over the state.
Well, this was for municipalities to make a decision. There are hundreds of water and sewer utilities. There are 7 municipal electric utilities. There's 1 gas utility.
So this is not an executive order that applies to Eversource or Yankee Gas or any of those folks, although there may be a comparable one.
Right. This is written specifically for taxes, and they included utilities as part of the taxes.
Okay.
So that's why that's why there was a lag in the last couple of months where we went back to 18%, because now taxes are due again in January. They wanted to have this in place before the taxes came due again. They kind of forgot about the utilities and that's kind of the tail, not the head of the dog here. So this is more for taxes, but it applies to us. Therefore, we have to provide resolutions to cover these scenarios.
And so as this plays out, if we have people who have not been paying, I presume they were charged a 3%. They were accrued at 3% for a period of time. Mm-hmm. And then we ended it.
Yep.
And then they were charged 18 or accrued 18% for a period of time. And now they're going to drop back to 3%. But the 18 in the couple of months is going to remain, if I understand it.
Yes, it'll be back in March 31st. It'll be back to 18% again.
Okay.
And for customers entering into a special payment arrangement, we're not charging any interest on that money.
Okay.
So people who are working with us do not, get these penalties applied. If they're not working with us, then unfortunately we have to have some stick to go with that carrot. So this provides some penalty, so everybody just doesn't stop paying their bills.
And of that group, the people who are not working with us and it's being accrued, do we know how much is commercial and how much is residential? And if it's residential, how much is single family versus rental?
Jeff, can you pull that up?
Yeah, if you give me a minute. The majority of it, just to speak at a high level, the majority of it is residential. I don't know if we have it split between the types in this report, but I will pull up the most recent one.
Yeah, in the weekly collections, it is divvied up by class.
Yep.
I believe. And we can pull that up if you can, Jeff. And if you can't get it, I can get it in probably a few minutes as well.
Well, I mean, I don't want to hold up the meeting to do this. I mean,
No, it won't take long.
I'm just going
while
into leadership.
while we're looking, why don't I ask if any other members have any questions that they want to ask or comments to make?
It's something we need to do relative to the way the economy is. I think it's a good move on our part.
It's in the best interest of our customers for sure. And
Absolutely.
but it's not giving it away completely where good paying customer would choose not to pay their bill because of this.
Right.
All right, Stu or Bill, do you have any thoughts?
This is Bill Wozika. I don't have any comments or concerns. I think it's a good thing to do and good for our customers.
Yeah, I would echo those comments. And obviously, the good news is that we have 2 vaccines now that have been released, and we're hopeful that things will get back to normal by next summer.
That would be good.
Yeah, we are going to be in the 1C category for vaccinations. 1A is the first responders and people in assisted living places and things like that. B is going to be those first responders, and C is the essential workers, and we are part of the essential workers. All right,
Chris, I have
Jeff,
it up now.
there it is.
So you can see that the medium to large commercial industrial is about 147,000 total. That's our EP and EC customers. Small commercial about 25,000. Residential 1.1 million.
Wow.
So as you can see, the majority of our arrears are residential. One point I want to make is that if you'll remember, we presented about 2 months ago on our special payment arrangement program and how for the first 2 months, customers only had to pay their current usage. So they didn't have to make up anything for the past, just their current usage. So many were able to take advantage of that and again, avoid any interest charges whatsoever. And you see that the value of the spas, we have over 1,000 of those special payment arrangements for a value of 1.2 million. So those numbers are included above here. So the majority of this is on special payment arrangements at this time.
Jeff, how much, I know I read in the paper the other day that, with Congressman Courtney's help, we were able to get the HUD monies. Will any of that monies be applied to this? Do you know?
So yeah, the short answer is yes. We've hit a slight wrinkle with that in that you're not allowed to apply HUD monies to any rates that include depreciation of projects that received some level of federal funding. So we are working closely with HUD to basically back the depreciation portion out so that we can apply the rest of it. To your point, Bill, that's going to be probably north of 200,000 in funding that we can get for our customers, and that's just the first round. So there could potentially be that much again, and maybe more. So it's well worth that effort, and we're just working through a couple of the what I'm going to call administrative details at this point, but we're optimistic that some of that will go toward this.
And then,
Is that money going to go through the customers, or is it going to be just applied directly from the city to our bill?
We work with Human Services, actually. So
Okay.
yes, it essentially does not go to the customer and back to us. It goes directly against their account.
Right, so, not to pick on anybody, but I mean, if a customer got the money from the community development block grant and then decided, I'm still not going to pay my bill, that's not going to happen.
Well, we can't say what they're going to do going forward, but it's money that may have been very difficult for them to pay.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, I understand that. I just, we're not going to, it's not going to get stuck at the customer level. It's going to come directly to us and be applied to the.
They're not going to go buy something else with it.
Yeah.
To your point, I think is what you're saying. And
Yes, that's right.
Yep. No, appreciate that.
hey, Jeff, just one quick question. So if we weren't experiencing the pandemic, what would the total amount be for past due for residential purposes?
I don't have the numbers at the top of my head, but it would be a fraction of what we're looking at here, because
Just a
this is
fraction.
only
then.
the past 4 months
Mhm.
of past due, so it actually goes further back than that.
Yeah.
So maybe 25%, somewhere in that range.
Okay, thank you.
All right, well, if no one has any other questions, I think we can move on to the next item, which is the action item, Chris.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we provided the board in the package and by email the two resolutions we'd like for to have the board consider for this evening. Michelle, can you pull up the first resolution?
Yep.
There it is. So that's resolution number 1. And Chris, what does that do?
So this authorizes the board to allow me to work with the city to ensure that the supplemental measures to mitigate the financial impact of the COVID-19 related economic effects for the customers are using the low interest program, and we will be basically charging 3% annual interest per annum between January 1, 2021 and March 31st, 2021. This is 3 months of the 3%, and this will be for gas, water, and electric. Gas, water, and electric. We need a separate resolution for sewer.
All right, so that's the issue on the table. Do I hear a motion to move it forward?
I'll make that motion, Bob.
Thanks, Bill. Do I have a second?
Second, Stu Peel.
Thank you, Stu. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, it passes unanimously. And we move on to resolution number 2, which is the corresponding resolution, I believe, for the sewer authority.
Yeah, where the balance is due on sewer bills as of January 2021 shall accrue the late payment charges at an interest rate of 3% per annum until March 31st, 2021.
All right, and do I have a motion to approve that resolution?
So moved, Stu Peel.
Stu, thank you. Do we have a second?
Second, Steve Becker.
I'll second it.
Oh, okay, Steve, you were first there, so you're the second. And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? No abstentions. The motion passes unanimously. And I think that's the end of our agenda. So if there are no others, if there's no other business, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion, Bob, to adjourn.
You're the best, Bill. Do we have a second?
That's Stu Peel, second.
All those in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Aye.
Any objections? And any abstentions? The meeting is adjourned. I want to thank you all. I had originally promised you that we wouldn't have a meeting this month, but this came up, so it worked out well anyway, because Steve told me he needed the $10 in order to get back from Florida. So no, we now know we'll see him again.
That's good.